Hey, what is up everybody, and welcome back to DiscussionVerse. I know it's been a super long time since I made any videos for you guys or pushed out any content. I'm super sorry about that, but the hiatus is over and I am definitely reviving this channel as we speak. So with that out of the way, I do want to thank you guys for whoever subscribed still and has stayed subscribed. I really do appreciate it. Definitely appreciate anybody who's come along and watched any of the videos. Whether you're subscribed or not, that really does help. I'm definitely super excited to bring you guys more content, more videos, especially with all the recent announcements that are ongoing. It has been a really great couple of years for movies, especially for movie nerds like myself and like you guys out there, I'm sure. For this first video in the revival, I wanted to cover something more recent, so that's going to be the Predator franchise returning off of the backbone of Prey being so successful. And even though that was released straight to streaming, specifically Hulu, it still did really well, and it was actually such a solid film and such a solid entry into the Predator franchise itself. I mean, I rank it probably number 2 next to the OG Predator with Arnold Schwarzenegger, of course, and then followed by Predator 2 as the third contender. But nonetheless, it's just a great film, and it definitely goes to show that you can make really good films with existing properties without necessarily having to rely on it being a remake or a reboot necessarily. With this news comes 2 more films from the Prey director and writer himself, Dan Trachtenberg, who has pretty much confirmed that he has a full vision of a universe in store for the Predator himself. And where that falls into, we don't necessarily know. So that's the fun thing about this. We actually have like a little bit of information and then no information all at the same time, if that makes sense. Now, what I mean by that is that we actually do know that the Badlands movie scheduled for 2025 with Badlands coming out. So that's going to be the next Predator movie that's going to have a theatrical release. And that's pretty exciting because they already have a cast being built out, and that starts with Ellie Fanning taking on the lead character role for this movie called Badlands, which is confirmed to have Predator in it. And I believe it's going to have a futuristic setting and timeline, so we're not going to see something like Prey where we go back into the past in that time period. Instead, we're going forward and we're going to see how exactly Trachtenberg wants to push the Predator franchise and continue to make the Predator himself iconic and stand out, especially in today's market with new content coming in and new franchises rolling in as well. Now, that's kind of all the details that we have. We do know that Ellie Fanning has been cast into the movie and that they're already well on their way to getting it finished and into post-production for release in 2025. Now, as far as a Prey 2 sequel, I would think that is still on the table, considering that that is how they approached Trachtenberg when they asked him what else he wanted to do and if he wanted to do Prey 2, because they were ready to greenlight it. But he had different ideas in store, which includes Badlands. And then, to our surprise, it was also noted by the 20th Century Fox studio head that there are other Predator projects in place, specifically a secret project that has already been filmed and is scheduled to release before Badlands comes out in 2025. Now, that is super exciting considering that Dan Trachtenberg has written and directed both of the new entries that are scheduled to come out in the near future. After Prey, I mean, I don't think this guy can do any wrong with the Predator franchise itself. And if you haven't seen Prey yet and have been hesitant on it, especially with the recent attempts to revitalize the franchise, I understand, but do definitely watch this film. It's really good. The script is super good. The acting's great. The story's great. The action is so fun. And it does bring in new life into the franchise as a whole. And it's the reason why these 2 films are even greenlit in the first place. I mean, they have a secret film already made and locked and loaded to drop before the one that they publicly announced to us, the masses. So just think about that. And if you haven't figured it out already, I'm super in. I'm already purchasing a ticket if it is available, especially considering that I feel Prey deserved a theatrical release and not just release on Hulu. But I understand the hesitancy and I understand They were gambling on whether or not the franchise was going to remain dead, so to speak, or be able to be brought back, similar to Alien and how Alien Romulus did do wonders for that franchise. So, definitely expect more Predator films, and I would even say, since we touched on Alien, more Alien films at that. Now, that does wrap up the video here, guys. I do really want to know your thoughts on the news here with the two movies that are already in the works, already getting ready to be dropped for theaters soon for Predator, and the comeback of the franchise dominating the big screen yet again with 20th Century Fox finally trusting their product and in Dan Trachtenberg himself. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about that. Let me know if you're excited or not, what your thoughts are for the story, maybe what we can see or what you want to see for the Predator to face off against in terms of a story. That'd be really cool to discuss with you guys. Not only that, let me know if any of you guys have seen Prey and what your thoughts are on that and how that kind of changes your views with any sequel announcements such as the ones that we have. Not that they're necessarily Prey sequels that were announced, but nonetheless, it's movies within the Predator franchise. So yeah, again, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for joining and being patient with the revival of DiscussionVerse. And like I said, guys, more to come. So be sure to smash that like button, comment, and if you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button. Thanks. Peace.